Hello, writers. Welcome to Vocab Enrichment this week. We've got 5 new words and an example story, week 12. On a whim this morning, Toby put on a striking Christmas sweater. It was lime green with gold streamers billowing out behind. Red stars glittered on the sleeves, and a splendid Christmas tree flickered in front with tiny lights that really blinked on and off. Linen ponies galloped around the foot of the tree, and turtle doves darted among the branches. Toby looked in the mirror and smiled. But when he went downstairs, his older brother took one look and jeered at him, spouting insults one after another. But Toby's mother came to the rescue. She seized the brother's ear and scolded him for being cruel. Then she topped Toby off with a Santa hat and welcomed him to breakfast. So our first word is whim, on a whim. It's a noun. It means a sudden desire to do something that wasn't planned. So say your friend asks you, "Hey, why did you get that hamburger tattoo on your foot?" You might say to them, "Oh, it was just a whim. I got it on a whim. You hadn't planned to do it, but the feeling came upon you and you felt like doing it, so you did." There's another word that's similar, which is impulse. Like I did it on impulse. You might have heard that before. And whim and impulse are similar, but impulse is a little bit more forceful. If you did it on impulse, it means there's something inside of you that's just kind of like pushing you forward to do it. But a whim is much more gentle, like, oh, I was on a whim. Next one is striking. That's an adjective. Very noticeable or impressive. So this Christmas vest is striking because you see it and you notice it. You say, "Oh my goodness. Wow." And for this one, if you notice, striking comes from the word strike. And so you'll see this a lot. And you may have noticed before how a verb might change into an adjective form, or a noun might change into a verb form, which we'll see later on. And these words are related to each other, but they're used in slightly different ways. So to strike something means to hit it. So if I strike my couch, then I took my hand and I hit the couch. And so that's related to the word striking because the thing is noticeable, the thing is impressive because it strikes your eyes. The sweater comes and hits your eyes with how visual it is, how sparkly and how strange and kind of crazy it is. And that's the relation between the two. Jeer is a verb to mock, make fun of in a mean way. This guy is definitely jeering at somebody. Looks like he's jeering at me. Uh, and so if you've ever laughed at someone, if you pointed at them, you said something kind of like a mocking, called them a name, then you were probably jeering at them. Jeer versus insult. These are somewhat similar. An insult is when you say something mean about somebody to their face, and then when you jeer at them, you're also kind of being mean to their face. Jeer is a little bit more cheerful. You're if you're jeering, then you are having a good time, but the other person is probably not having a good time. If you're insulting someone, you don't have to be cheerful at all. You could just be feeling angry or mean. Um, and so jeer is not a positive thing and is not recommended to do. Spout, a verb to send out, usually liquid with force. You see this spout. Here's another example of a spout in the wall. That's the noun form, which is this metal thing that pours something out. And then the water is spouting from the spout. The water spouted from the spout. What's the difference between spout and pour? Because you could also say the water poured from the spout. It's mostly a difference of degree. A pour is more gentle than a spout. A spout has more force behind it. And so you get the sense that it was blocked up and now it's kind of all being let loose. And that's what happens when it spouts out. Last one is scold, verb, to angrily tell someone what they did wrong. This mother is scolding her daughter. We don't know why, but the daughter looks very unhappy. Scold versus blame. If you do something wrong and somebody catches you doing it, they're going to blame you. They'll say, "This was your fault." But then scolding comes after that, is when they tell you why all of that was so wrong for you to do it. So scolding is usually longer with more words. And that's all for today.